Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And today I wanted to do like a little motivational Monday video. I haven't done a motivational Monday in a long time, mainly because I haven't been feeling very motivational. I've really had no motivation myself to do pretty much anything. But I don't know, I had a little bit of a thought about this, and I may have mentioned it to you guys before, I'm really not sure. But I thought about it, and I was thinking about like how there is, there's this pressure on everybody to kind of live and like have everything figured out by a certain age and be have your life in order, know where you're going, know what your next step is going to be, kind of have the next 5 years planned out. Like people always say, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years time? And a lot of people, like including myself, I used to genuinely have a vision of like where I would be in 5 years time, and now here I am, like probably, I guess you could say maybe at least 5 years into the future, and I'm definitely not where I thought I would be, which has kind of had like a negative impact on my way of thinking and my, view of the world and everything like that. I have noticed that I've become more wise with age too. I've become more aware of the real problems in the world and not just like, I guess being blind to things that weren't really, or I guess being blind to things that were a problem. And it's always been a problem, but it seems to be like as you get older, you become more aware of like real problems. Like you think when you're in like your late teens or your early 20s that you think you know what problems are. You really don't. Wait until you get to like I'm coming up to 30 in the next couple of weeks, and things become more real to you as you get older. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but the way I've changed is like years ago, and if you would have asked me when I was 22, like where do you see yourself in 5 years, I literally could have answered you exactly where I saw myself in 5 years. And I thought I could manifest it. I believed in manifestation and all that other stupid shit, which I no longer believe in. I don't believe in manifestation. I believe if you put something out if you're really putting something out into the universe and it genuinely happens for you, then I think it's just coincidence. And maybe it's just a sign that you were dedicated to that thing that you really wanted, so much so that you got it. It's not about the universe gifting you with anything. I don't believe that at all. I believe we are just insignificant creatures walking among this earth because of evolution. And when we die, we die. And whether there's ghosts in the afterlife, that's a whole other video. I've told you guys that I've become like, even about the afterlife and the paranormal, which I was a very hardcore believer in all of that stuff for like pretty much all of my life. But lately I've been more skeptical, I guess you could say. Like I have had experiences, but I haven't seen an actual physical like ghost appear in front of me. And until the day I see that, I'm gonna have to say I'm a little, I don't know whether I believe or not. I'm not gonna say they don't exist, but I'm also not gonna say that I think that, I'm not gonna be like they do exist. The same with God, the same with religion. I can't say I believe in God because I've never seen anything to suggest that God is real. And that's just me. That's just who I am. I've become a very, I guess you could say, logical thinker. And as much as it sometimes hurts to accept, things like that, like maybe these things don't exist and we just want to believe it to comfort ourselves. Like maybe we want to believe in ghosts because we want to believe there's an afterlife so that we feel like we will see our friends and families again. But like, what if there isn't, That's just me. I don't know. I mean, everybody's entitled to their beliefs and opinions. But like another one is like the law of attraction and manifestation. I just don't believe it. I don't think like you can sit there and verbally say, I want this to happen, and then boom, it happens for you. Like, I think it just happened for you because you worked towards it, and you obviously really wanted it that bad that you put the energy and the effort into getting there. But I didn't see myself, and I believe I tried reasonably hard to get to where I wanted to be, but I just didn't get there. And I don't blame anybody for that. I don't blame the universe. I just think it just didn't go my way. And sometimes you gotta think to yourself, that's okay. Like, I can't just give up life. I can't just throw in the towel and just put a noose around my neck and just call it quits at that. No, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep living. I'm obviously working toward, I have happy days, I have sad days, but I'm just not where I thought I would be at that age. And I think it's very, it's a very I don't know what the word is, but like a very pressurized thing to do to yourself. is to, and especially like teachers and parents and everybody puts this on kids, like you got to work hard because you got to get to this place by the, by a certain age. You got to have your life figured out. You got to be married with kids and settle down and have a house and have a job that like not just a job but a career. You got to work toward a career. If you don't have that career, you're gonna be nothing. You're gonna fail at life. And that's a load of bullshit. Don't let anybody tell you that. I've really been thinking a lot about it, and I think the most important thing in life is just that you are happy doing what you do. And now I know I have told you guys this before, but I'm gonna say it again. Don't ever feel like, like people put pressure on you that you're wasting time. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Everybody's like, you're wasting time. You're wasting your life away playing video games. You're wasting your life away watching YouTube or TikTok videos. But if you find even just the littlest bit of happiness in watching TikTok, don't feel bad for doing it. Don't feel bad for sitting there being like, oh shit, I should have been doing this thing that I don't want to do, because it's like, oh, I got to get it done, but for school or like my homework or like my job or something. Like, don't feel bad. I mean, obviously don't get yourself in trouble, but don't feel bad like you're wasting time as long as you're doing something that you enjoy. And that can be just because the world is like saying you're wasting time. You're wasting your one and only life watching TikTok. The way I see it, if you're enjoying yourself, if you genuinely enjoy and find that happiness sitting on your bed doing nothing but watching TikTok, then that time that you spend doing that is not time wasted. Time that you spend enjoying yourself is not time wasted. It's your life. Spend it the way you want to do it. Don't let anybody put pressure on you to make you do things that you really don't want to do, but you feel like you have to do it. You feel like you have to sacrifice doing the little things that you do enjoy to do the things that you have to do, like adulting and stuff like that. It's your life. Live it the way you want. And the way I've changed, because like I said, I am more than 5 years into the future, from when I think I made a video actually being like, where do I see myself in 5 years? And I'm definitely not where I thought I would be. However, now I don't have that mindset of like, back then I used to think about the future. I used to plan along. I used to put so much pressure on myself to be like, I got to achieve this by a certain time. I had these deadlines that I had to accomplish certain things by, and it just put so much pressure on me. And I could live without that pressure. And that's the way I live now. I still, every now and then, I worry about getting older and not being in the place that I thought I would be. But sometimes I just have to remind myself that it's okay to not be where you thought you would be. It's okay to be in a different place than you predicted you would be, or like you planned that you would be. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean any of that. But the way I live now, I don't really think like, where do I see myself in 5 years? Right now, I just try to focus on getting through every day. Now, that might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. But for me, at the moment, it works. Like, I'm just trying to live every day. I just want to have happy days. So like, I wake up, I try to have a good day. Some days are very good. Like today was pretty good. I've had a good day. And that's all I can ask for in life, is just to have a good day. Life doesn't have to be all perfect, but as long as I've had a good day, that's okay. That's good enough for me. I will wake up tomorrow and I will do the same thing. I will just focus on the day, on the present, get the day over and done with, try to enjoy it as best I can, and that's all I can do. And just try to get through it every day. I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe you guys will have a different opinion on that. But I'm really not thinking too much into the future, especially because I'm turning 30 soon. And, the future for me is pretty daunting. It's pretty scary to think like, where do I see myself from 5 years from now? I'll be 35. That's pretty scary. So it's different when you're in your early 20s and you think about like the future. Like, oh, when I'm you're 20 years old and you're thinking, oh, when I'm 25, where do I see myself? But when you're 30, it's different. It doesn't feel the same. It just feels a lot more pressurized. It feels like there's a lot more failure, I guess. You start to feel like I should be married with kids. I should be, settled down. But I feel like I want that, but I just feel like right now I know I'm not really ready for that. And I really want it, but it's just like right now I'm not ready for it. And that's okay. To be a little bit behind. Nobody ever said like we all have to reach a certain goal at the same time. I mean, people kind of do. Society does that. Makes you feel that way. But in reality, it's not important. It's not that deep. You don't need to reach certain goals by the time of certain ages. If you do, you're just lucky. A lot of us are just slightly less lucky. But, not everybody can have the same life. It just doesn't work that way. Everybody goes at their own pace. It's not a race. Just get through your life one day at a time. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you a little bit. Peace out and chase your dreams.